Right, here we begin turn 1. First chit draw. The cavalry, Union cavalry. Here's Pleasanton, here's his Union, and they will move here and here, remaining a threat. Next we have 9th Corps. 9th Corps wants to come right across here. Now that's Burnside. Burnside is right here at Pie House with McClellan. That's within range, command range, so they can move into contact, and they will. Now if they have to retreat, they're going to come across the bridge. We can use these to find out exactly. So there, so they go to there. That's all 4 divisions of Burnside's command. Now we have the Confederates. They're going to cross the river here, Antietam Creek, and they go 2/3 of the move because they're losing one crossing the river. They can turn here for free and get as far as that. And that's what they'll do. They're behind the hill. Safe from any artillery fire that might erupt. Next is the 12th Corps. That's Mansfield. He leaves Pie House with his orders. It's over here. They're going to put some pressure on here. Now they can move 2/3 because they're crossing some terrain. Get to right about there. So, boom. Just like that. Next corps is the 2nd Corps. They're over here. That's with Sumner. Sumner comes over. Says, all right, boys. Let's make sure the Southern cavalry doesn't give us any problems. We'll be right there. They don't want this cavalry coming around causing them problems. Then we have I Corps. Let's see, here's Hooker, comes out, says, you know what, we're going to wait for the artillery to move first. Next is Fitzjohn Porter's 5th Corps. Going to cross Antietam Creek at the ford there. Humphrey's division is moving up into the woods. Porter is going out there to lead troops. And finally, Longstreet's 1st Corps. And they're not going to move anywhere. Nope, they're not going to move anywhere. They're holding their places. The artillery can't fire over their own troops. These guys are behind the hills. These guys are back behind this hill. Artillery can't see anything. They're done. It's it's defense. Now it's Longstreet. Longstreet can see the cavalry up on the hill. They can see the Union forces, Burnside's division there, and they can sort of see Williams, but they're going to fire at these guys coming across the open there. Two 4s and a 6. That's 3 hits. Can't destroy it. Artillery cannot destroy a unit, therefore they drive Rodman back a third. He's like this. Sturgis backing him up, fills in. That could be decisive. And last but not least, the Union artillery. Union artillery comes up on the hill there. Comes up on the hill there. Yes, they're even up on the hill there. That's everybody. Turn 1. There's the combat. Sturgis attacking Ewell in the sunken road. Ewell's got cover, so Sturgis needs 5s or 6s. All right, let's begin turn 2. Everybody back in the bowl. I got an 8-sider here to keep track of the turns. 8 turns in a day. Day 1, turn 2. Let us begin. All right, Longstreet. Hood moves up to make that a solid line. They hold. Next we have the Union artillery. Bombarding McLaws from the side. So now he's hitting on 3s or better. Guess what? 2 hits. Boom. And he pushes him back a third. We're going to decide that was a third. You can play as tight as you want. If he was too close, he would have flipped Hood to spent and pushed him back. But we're not going to play that way right now. That's close enough to a third. This artillery can't see anyone now. And this artillery can't fire over their own troops. Artillery is done. 9th Corps. All right, Sturgis moves first, so he does occupy the sunken road. Rodman turns, faces. Scammon supports Rodman. Wilcox supports Sturgis, although Wilcox will not be covered. He's not in the sunken road, but he will go into the sunken road if Wilcox is retreated or eliminated out of it in combat. Second's holding their position right there. I-Corps. Now I-Corps wants to move. They can't get all the way across, so here's what's going to happen. Doubleday is going to back up the artillery. Ricketts is going to stop a little ways back, and Meade is going to back up Ricketts. That's all 1st Corps. This is a case of where the chit draw, and when I'm playing solo, I don't allow rolls to alter the turn order, which you can do ordinarily. In this case, I go with whatever I draw. And at this point, there's been some confusion. And so the farther up, Hooker's going to move. Now I've got Pleasanton's cavalry. Pleasanton's going to move up here by them, but they're not actually going to move. They're going to remain a threat. 5th Corps. Fitz-John Porter. They can advance that far, and they will. He would have moved. You would have normally moved these guys first. He didn't need to move because they were already in command and control. He crosses, turns, and he'll stop right there. 5th Corps is done. Next we have 12th Corps. That's Mansfield. Mansfield moves first. He's in command range of his corps. They can reach, so he will move to there. He'll back him up. And this is just a small detachment. They'll stick right there. That's going to be tough. This is the deadly cornfield of Antietam. Cavalry. Stewart comes zipping across. Now the cavalry is within command. And they're going to go behind the ridge here. And just hide out. They're just threatening. And Jackson. All right, this 1st Division is going to fire across at Rodman. Actually, they're not a big threat. They're going to fire into the sunken road, protect the cover. But they got 2 hits, 2 6s. Sturgis comes up against the stream. Is that right? Is he going to be forced across? He actually gets forced across, so he'll be here. Push him down about like that. And they're going to stay right there. You know what? D.H. Hill is going to move and flank attack. It's not going to be a good day for Mansfield's corps here. These are 2 detachments. They're going to come up, take the place of the D.H. Hill's corps. Things are going well. So the baggage train is going to move up here right behind this guy and flip up. So now the baggage train is deployed. Since it's deployed and Ewell hasn't moved, Ewell can now recover to spent. He can rally to fresh. McLaws is outside of... No, he's outside of range. There you go. Now we got this combat here. Now this is flanked. So Confederate gets +1, so they're actually hitting them on 2s, or excuse me, 3s or better. And this is artillery. Artillery fires first. It's not simultaneous. 1, 3, and 3. That's 2 hits. Green falls back to there. You know what? Williams is going to go back with them. Now if they're getting flanked, they're not going to try and push that issue. They're falling back. That ends turn 2. Turn 3. Little cleanup from turn 2. I don't know what I was thinking. I backed these guys up way too far. I saw when I reviewed turn 1's clip. So there they are. All right. This guy's back in. Now it's turn 3. Turn 3, Franklin's 6th Corps joins the force. Ace flips, hour 3, turn 3, day 1. First chit is the artillery. How about that? Finally got it right. McLaws is going to get hit again by this artillery. And 2, 3, and 1. No big deal there. Although McLaws at this point is firing at the rear. So the 3 is a hit. Now he pushes back to there, pushing back Hood. Now they are within range of the baggage train, so when they do get activated, they will recover. These guys still can't fire over those guys. One. Longstreet, guess what? They're within command range of that, so they recover. They can't move, they can just recover. Then Jones is going to move up here because the artillery has already fired. So now, if they come across, he'll be sitting up there waiting for him. Anderson comes across. Walker comes across. We're going to start causing the Union some problems right up here. Now at this point, Longstreet is out of contact with these guys, so they could not have moved to contact. I could have moved him first, but I did not. And it's, at this point, it doesn't really matter for what I'm doing. Oh, and the artillery will fire. And you know what? I'm going to fire Wilcox. We need 5s. We got a 6 and a 4. The 6, 4, and 1. 4 and 1 don't hit. The 6 does. So now Cox is in the sunken road, but spent. Now who do we have? It is. Oh, you know what? There's something I forgot. When I do move my artillery, that's when I can move my supply trains, and I forgot to move my supply trains, so the supply is not moved up. Sturgis can't recover to fresh, but he'll do that. They will hold like that. Burnside moves up so that if they do decide to attack, they have a choice. I'm playing solo, so I want to have all the labels facing me from both sides. So this is the front of the Confederate. They are still actually going to come back here. Go ahead, attack Anderson, flank him. See where that gets you. And here's Second Corps. What are they going to do? They're going to get up here on the hill. He's going to back up Richardson with detachment. Next one. Jackson's Corps. All right. Artillery is going to fire. This artillery is going to fire on 5th Corps because they can. 3, 5, and 2. The 5 flip Sykes up. I really should move those baggage trains up. This is going to hurt. Fifth Corps. Sykes Morrell going to attack there. Humphrey's going to sit on the hill. 6th Corps. Sixth Corps comes on. Moves in column all the way up to here. Comes out of column. Boom and boom. Franklin stops, converse with McClellan at the Pie House. 1st Corps. Better late than never. They cross over Rohrbach Bridge. The artillery does not. Ricketts and Doubleday do. Meade's not going to back up the artillery because if these guys have to retreat, they're going to push this guy back. And Meade doesn't want to be part of that, getting pushed back and flipping a spent. Now we have cavalry. This is what cavalry is going to do. One cavalry is going to come over the hill, hit those guys. One cavalry is going to come here, attack them from behind. Mansfield's Corps. Now, this flank unit is broken because it's being attacked from behind. They'll move back in for that fight. This detachment will come up and flank that unit. Now I'll note that here, we're done moving. When I go to resolve the battle, in classic pub battles rules, first contacted is first resolved, so these guys would resolve as flanked. But the way I do it from the outside in, so a flank is hard to pull off correctly, and it should be because of the reward you get. The flank bonus is incredible. This outside combat is first. We'll get to that when we get to that. But if you have questions on the rules, the way the rules really work, as written, these would go first and they would be considered flanked. All right, here we go. Combat. So let's start over here. Cavalry, which gets 2, and that's just a detachment. Gets 1. They both get 1 hit. So 1 hit flips them up. 1 hit eliminates a detachment. This detachment moves up. There you go. Second round of combat. It's not going to make a difference, so this detachment is going to back off. A third. Next is this combat. Now this guy's getting attacked from behind and flanked while doing it. A flank attack is flank attack. You don't add anything beyond the normal, which is he gets a -1, they get a +1. You just roll normally. And where is he? That's just okay. These guys get +1. This guy gets 1 die. If I use him, this guy gets 2 dice because he's a cavalry. I'm going to use the cavalry and take 2 dice. The defender is a normal division. He gets 3 dice, but at -1. Meaning they both get 1 hit. Second round. GHL cannot retreat out of that combat. GHL gets 2, which is enough to eliminate the 1st Cavalry Division. But they've got a 6 and a 4, so they get 2, which is enough to deliver it. Basically, both units were destroyed as far as involving themselves anymore in today's combat. All right, now the next one we've got, this is the artillery. It fires first. 2. Pushes them back. They move up. Now I roll them. Or no, now we go for the next round of combat. Now it's simultaneous. The Confederates get 3, 1, and 1, which does nothing. Unions get a 2, 3, and 3, also doing nothing. You know what? They retreat. It's not going to be a good combat for them. They're going to hold on. They're just backing off. Here we have regular combat, but the Union the Sykes division is spent. Sykes has 6, 4, and 3, so they take 2 and retreat. Pushes them back 1. They go right up against the baggage train. They rolled 2 hits, so Sykes is eliminated. They move up, and that ends that combat. Now we've got Doubleday and Ricketts for Hooker's Corps attacking Jones' Confederate division up a hill across the stream. So the first attack, they get a -1, the Confederates get a +1. Confederates do 2 and they do 1. So this guy is spent. This guy retreats right up against but does not push back. The artillery. Second round of combat. This time, they don't get the +1, -1, but the Union is a -1 attacking up the hill. They get 3 hits, 5, 5, 4. The Confederates do. Union rolls 2 6s and a 2. The 2 wounds from the Union, they'll destroy that. The 2 hits. The 3 hits eliminate Doubleday in the glorious 1st Minnesota. Basically, they're not eliminated to the last man, but they've essentially just removed themselves as combatants for the day. It was really a hard fought battle. And that ends turn 3. Turn 4. That goes up to turn 4. We reload the cup here. Sixth Corps. They're running up and contacting. Franklin moved up to give them, they would have still been within command, but he moves up to be even commander. Second Corps. Ewell rallies. This detachment hangs on there. This detachment hangs there so that the artillery cannot get flanked. And that's what he can fire. He's going to fire Williams, gets him from behind. Not looking good for Williams. He's probably going to retreat. 2, 2, 3. The 3, because they're firing at them from behind, becomes a 4. A hit on a spent unit causes it to retreat. It pushes this guy ahead of it. So back to there. Boom. Union artillery. 2 turns this way. They're actually up. This is a hill, and this is another hill on top of that hill, so they can easily see over these trees. They can fire at McClaws, and they'll do that. 5, 5, and 2, so he retreats, has his hymn break, pushes him back to there. About there. Not a good day for the Confederates right there. 9th Corps. 9th Corps comes alive. Rodman's going to flank. Scammond's, what do you do with Scammond? He's going to fire right up behind Rodman. And Wilcox. They're going to stay right there. First Corps. How far can Meade get? Meade can get all the way across to here. Good day for First Corps. Ricketts turns, goes there. They're not going. They can't move. Done. Now we've got 5th Corps. Second Corps is already moved. So 5th Corps is going to attack like that. It's going to hold its place. Again, I forgot to move my bags. This is going to hurt the Union. 12. 12th Corps turns, faces, turns, faces. Second Corps. They're going to hold their position. Frederick is coming down there. Cavalry Corps. Cavalry holds. First Corps. Longstreet's going to move out to there. These Union troops have already moved over here, so they can't respond to this. So they're going to attack. And the cavalry. Cavalry attacks. Attachment says, oh, he's not part of the cavalry. He'll just sit there. turn 4 movement. Turn 4 combat. Level ground. 6, 2, and a 3. The Confederates cause 1 damage. 4, 2, and 3. Union cause 1 damage. No one's retreating out of that. I mean, you know what? Anderson is. Move up a fresh division. Richardson does not retreat. Union does 1, Confederate does 2, so Richardson breaks, is destroyed, Walker breaks, and the detachment moves up, and the detachment retreats. Moving right along, we've got artillery. Fires first. It's going to fire at Rodman. No, it's going to fire straight ahead. And 233 does nothing. They counterattack. Is that? That's just a detachment. So Rodman fight won't make a difference. They'll roll 3, 6, 6, and 2. This is artillery. Unsupported artillery. If it has to retreat, it's eliminated. Not a good day. Over here, artillery fires first. 1, 2, and 2. Not a good day for artillery. Six, 3 and 2 becomes 6, 4, and 3, 6 and 4, it's 2 hits. The artillery is going to retreat out of there. Jackson's going to stay for this, though. He thinks he's got something. He gets 2 hits. Union gets 2 hits. 2 hits on Jackson. The first hit's ignored because he's elite. Second hit causes him up to do that. Now he gets 2 hits. 2 hits eliminates Williams. And he elects to retreat. Now here we've got the cavalry on the detachment with 1 dice. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. All right, this is epic. Nothing happens. And they both get a wound, so he retreats. And 1 wound eliminates the detachment. And that is all the combat. All right, here we begin with turn 5. Turn 5 sees AP Hill's crack division showing up, which is good because It looks like Lee's army could be in trouble. Put the chips back in the bowl. Here we go. First Corps moves first. Meat is within 2 of the baggage train. Where's Hooker? Here's Hooker. Hooker moves first, moves up here. Meade's in command. Meade contacts the baggage train. And that, my friends, is the end of the game with the Union victory. They've they've contacted the baggage. Oh no, they have not. It's not the end of the turn. Because although they've contacted the baggage train, it can still move. It is not deployed. But they're going to scare them nonetheless. It's going to move like that. Ninth Corps. So our baggage trains turn into hot fighting ground. Scammon is going to charge in there. No, he's not. He's going to charge in there, but he's going to go to here. He's got out of the way. Becomes spent moving through the city. Stops there. First Corps. Baggage train moves back to here. The Claus and Hood rally. This attachment moves back to cover them. Anderson moves to there. Turns, moves to there. Boom. Walker backs up a third, retaining his frontage. And they deployed there, by the way. Sixth Corps. Now where has Sixth Corps gone? Here's one unit of Sixth Corps. But they should have. So where did Slocum go? No, that was Slocum. Okay. It's right to there. Smith gets right to there. Franklin had moved up to there to support them, so they were in command. I'm getting tired, I'm getting sloppy. Alright, they're needed more to the point. Boom. They are moving right there. Second Corps. French attacks Walker. Sedgwick turns. I'll say he can't quite make it, so he's there. Now there's one division, these guys left. Guess what? Second hasn't. Doesn't matter. These guys charge in. Boom. And I believe that ends the game because that artillery cannot. Oh, that's artillery. The artillery, it's not baggage. So they're going to recover. They're going to accept and recover. Fifth Corps. They can attack there. Morale's going to back them up. Second Corps, Union. Okay. It's getting out of there. Robin contacted the baggage train. There's nothing I can do about that. The game is over. Boom. Turn 5 seconds. He could have come in. AP Hill could have come in. Boom, 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 boom to there. Boom, boom, boom. He could have got that far. I hadn't even realized that. There's Rodman. That's the baggage train. There's no way the baggage train can't move. It's been deployed. It's contacted. If it's contacted at the end of the movement phase, that's it. So there it is. That signifies the Confederate line, or whatever line is baggage train gets attacked, they're broke. Their supplies are wiped out. There you go. Game's over. Turn 5, day 1, Union victory.